Namaste. Good morning, everyone. Again, I am here today, live in front of you all. And what I am doing is I am reading this book, the Book of Secrets, which is I should say a reference book for all the spiritual leaders across the world. And this is a lovely book, and I call this as a living book. And if you get an opportunity to read it and follow it, it is going to help you. And what do we do reading this book? What is the crux of this book is like Shiva and Parvati are talking, and Parvati would like to know, and she wishes to know the truth, the eternal truth of the universe. And she wishes and she requests Shiva to tell her about everything, every truth of the universe. And this is how this book, this translation starts. And then Shiva tells Parvati that you can also attain and know the truth by yourself, by doing and performing different techniques. So he shares Tantra techniques, and this is not about only about chantings or about making a havana. No, it is about techniques which you can perform in your daily life. You can perform them when you are when you are engrossed with the life. So these are techniques which you can perform, and it's been few days we are doing this and repeating this, and there has been few questions which have been asked. I keep on insisting that please remember, you must be pure when you perform all this, and there has been questions being pure, please describe this, or how I can be pure and how to do it. So many of you asked me the technique to become more pure. So take bath, okay, and eat light food. This is the second thing. And when you take bath, give yourself a lot of time so that the water passes through your body and your aura also gets cleaned. Then there are more techniques which make you feel pure. And let me talk about how this impurity enters a person, or how it has entered in you or in me. So what happens when a child is born? When a child is born, parents, they try to make the child insensitive first of all. They want the child not to cry. A small child, a small neonate is very sensitive towards his or her environment, and she cries if someone yells. If they want the child to be more insensitive. And why? Because the child cries on small things, the child starts complaining on small tits and bits, which parents are unable to solve or resolve. Maybe the child may cry because the child is hungry, the child may cry because he doesn't want to share, or he may cry because of anything happening is in his or her environment. And children are very difficult to handle, and they create a lot of nuisance if they keep on crying. And that is why the parents, they want the child to become more insensitive, to stop crying. And when a child is crying, they keep on saying don't cry, no, and then the child learns to be more insensitive. And how he becomes insensitive is he starts controlling his maybe hunger, he starts suppressing what he's really feeling, and he stops expressing. So the second thing is, what happens with him is he starts suppressing whatever comes to his mind or whatever he would like to express, because the parents don't want to see it. And then the third thing happens is the child starts developing resistance towards whatever is again happening in his environment, and he suppresses and then does not express completely. And this does not only happen with a child only in early years, this happened with every one of us in later years also. When people around us are not ready to accept for who we are, we start resisting the expression. We start suppressing our own feelings, and then the suppression comes up to a release point when we enter into a teen. So when the teenager kids are grown with their whole body, they start resisting you. They start going against parents, because now the tumbler is all full. They don't want to hear what they should be doing or what they should not be doing. And that is where what happens, the resistance starts. And you will see the youth is the most the period where the 20s of our life is the period where we have been all together against our parents, against the society norms. And why it is that, why that rebel comes up? That rebel comes up because it's been a suffocation of 20 years of everyone telling us what to do, what not to do. And because of all these things, we become very insensitive. And then also what happens, everyone teaches. If parents would have not taught us to be insensitive, we would have been got disturbed with this poverty, with the people out, when people are doing nonsense also, when there are beggars begging in front of a car mirror, our parents ask them to go away, and that is how we become more insensitive towards them. We become insensitive towards the garbage which is being thrown around us. We become insensitive towards the servants also. And because we become insensitive, what happens? We develop some sort of security. There is one incident of my friend I would like to share. And incidences nahi, I just observed what was happening with him. And I saw that he never used to stare continuously into his or her son's eyes. He was having a son and a daughter. And he never used to talk and look into the eyes. And he never used to talk to the servants also. He used to just say, do this, don't do this, and he used to go away. And I asked him why it was so, and then he said that if I'll start talking to my kids in a friendly manner, or with the servants, they'll start demanding things, they'll be more friendly. And with the kids also, I'm going to lose the control. So people don't look into each other's eyes. They become more insensitive and cruel, so that they don't lose control. We don't see each other so that we don't lose control. We don't want to feel insecure. And that is how you keep on becoming impure, and you keep on fooling yourself around. Okay, not looking into someone's eyes, not talking to them, or not clearing their issues make you more vulnerable, and it causes more disturbance inside, more of chazo. You may not show up maybe on surface, but it is lot which gets deposited inside, and you feel insecure and you also suffer. But rather I say, if you could make yourself hollow, that gives you a purity sense. Everywhere you are being more sensitive. You are aware of, you are feeling people's pain, you are being sympathetic, you are empathizing with them, you are at least unable to help them, but at least you are able to hear them or look into their eyes, so that they feel that yes, you are there to look upon. And I understand that this may make you more vulnerable, may add on to more insecurities inside you. But when you become hollow, with more vulnerability, more insecurities, more suffering, understanding the suffering of people from inside, on the other hand, on the other corner, you can feel the bliss, because inside you are not fooling yourself. At least you know that I am able to be taking a stand, taking to be a strong stand for them. And that is what happened with Buddha also, and Mahavira also. And deep down they were blissful, deep down they were secure, and they were joyful. And on the other hand, they were very sensitive towards the need of others. They were in pain when they saw people in pain. So become hollow from inside. On the same hand, you can be sensitive, and on the same hand, you can be vulnerable. You can understand the feeling of others, and and you can be more stronger and blissful on the other hand. So when you're sensitive, the life gives you the whole capacity to support others. And if you are vulnerable, the universe is going to or support you to become be available for them. So friends, this is enough to talk, and I hope this is something sort of purity which may give you. And this is just one part I have talked about. Maybe we can talk about purity every day. And thank you for all the questions you are putting up. So it's good to answer you all, and I also get my homework to be done every day. And now we'll be taking up the next technique of today, and again it is a beautiful technique, and I still remember that that when we were young, when we were kids, our mom used to say so. But there is some amendment in this technique, and that is how it unfolds. So you need to understand the correct way. Many scholars, many teachers do the same, and they say the same technique. But there's always always some other perspective to do it. So I'm sharing this 20-second technique from the Book of Secrets, and this technique says that look at your past and disidentify yourself. You must have had bad days, or you must have had people dominating you, humiliating you, insulting you, and because of those suppressions you must have developed something or the other just now in your life. All those negativities, all those insensitivities and insecurities. So you can just give yourself some time, and you just imagine your past. Now here, this is what we were told when we were young. So you can do this technique when you lie down in the night, and you can recall your whole day. And this is what I also learned when I grew up. But again, I say that there is an amendment in this technique. So the amendment is that, see, if you are going to put 3 or 4 notes in a thread. So I don't have a thread here, Neetu. I would have shown you. You can just visualize. Just put 1 knot, and 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th. And if I ask you to open those knots again, what are you going to do? Are you going to start from the first knot which you tied, or are you going to start from the last knot? Obviously, from the last knot, you are going to start reopening those. So when you are lying down in your bed every night, you just revise whatever happened in the whole day, not starting from the morning, but just the moment what you did before you came to the back and back and back. So take yourself in reverse. So when you take yourself in reverse, that is what happens. That is the way things unfold. That is the way things change. So you should seek what makes you happy, or just get into more and more since you are sensitive. A genuine question. So that is so good. I appreciate your question, Pratish Bhai. So I say ki what makes you happy, it's good, and we always discuss about the inner journey. So what makes you happy is, you need to understand that everything, if you are doing what makes you happy, is something connected to the outside world, then you need to rethink. Okay, so you need to understand, and we are discussing about the inner journey and the inner transformations here. So if you are doing something where you feel happy and it gets you connected from the outside world, then again analyze it. Okay, so I again come to this question, this technique, that when you lie down in the night, start opening and reimagining or reliving your life from what you did. So you just don't have to relive the life, you have to become a witness of what you did. Because when you are on the bed, and what the whole day have been, it has become past. When I am going to go offline, this video is going to become past for me, and even past for you. Only this moment when we are together here is in our hand. So what you have to do is, you have to just witness your past. So you start with what you did before you came to the bed, then before it. It is like when I say you need to count backward. say from 100, 99, 98, 97. So it is more difficult to do. Rather, if I say count 1 to 100, so it is more easier to do. My brain is all conditioned to count from 1 to 100. So don't do that. Just uncondition your brain, juggle it, and do opposite. Start from 100 and 99. So you don't have to count numbers. I'm saying go back and just witness your life, what happened with you and what you did, and slowly when you are becoming witness of all those happenings which happened with you, everything is going to unfold. You will get released from what happened with you. Maybe there's a burden of maybe not saying not replying when someone insulted you, and when you are doing this technique, you are not going to be angry on those aspects when that moment comes up in reliving, or when you're witnessing or revising it. You are just going to be the witness of what happened with you. So you become a third party. The first person and the second person, yourself, is there when you're recalling, but you become a third party who is witnessing. And slowly when you practice this, what happens? The whole of your life moves like a movie, and it goes and goes and goes, and then you learn to come out and see yourself, what you have done and what has happened with you throughout, and you are never a part of it. Now, while you are practicing this sutra every day before sleeping, slowly what is going to happen? The realization of the same is going to happen in the present moment also. So one fine day, this is how it is going to happen. You will be witnessing your own self doing that present moment and not being a part of it. And when this happens, in present moment we react more with awareness. If someone comes up and saying something to me, and I know that this is just a witness, I'm not going to react at that moment, or I'm not going to get myself attached at that moment. So this gives you relief. And let me read few lines from this sutra from the book. And again I repeat, if any one of you would like to have a copy of this book, please leave your number in the conversation and I'll WhatsApp you the PDF. This book is the Book of Secrets, which has been translated by Osho, and in Hindi we call it Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. So this going backward is a miraculous method. If you go back slowly, unwinding the mind to the first moment when this happened, by and by you go back to when for the first time you were attacked by anything. If you can unwind that moment, you will come to know that anything basically is a complex of certain other things. So if you pass through that moment when anything must have attacked you or has happened to you, or maybe some disease has propped up you, suddenly you become aware of what were the factors which have contributed to what happened with you. Maybe you are going back and something pops up that you had that disease, or you had that accident, or this was the incidents you have faced. So when we recall, the thing why this happened is going to come up. You are going to realize it. And I have done this 1,000 times, and then I say what has happened because it was not destinated, because it has to happen, and there were reasons for whatever has happened. This is like a deep catharsis also. This clears you from your own past, so that nothing is left for you to keep a grudge, and that makes you more happy and joyful in the present moment. And then you welcome life, and then you keep living it, and then you don't cry for the past. So, and if you can do it daily, you will feel a new health, a new freshness coming to you. And if we can teach children to do it daily, they will never be burdened by their past. Now, if I'm asking you to do this, every one of you and me, we are adults. And if I say just recall your whole life, it will take time for you to unfold so many phases. And if we teach this to our children, then it is going to help them. They will never have a life which is full of grudges or guilt. Everything is going to settle before they go to sleep. So they are not going to suffer like us. They are not going to become insensitive, nor even they have to talk about how to clean my impurities. They'll be pure every day. Now, this is like unwinding the mind. Going backward is unwinding the mind. You are a witness. You are seeing things that happen to you. But now they are not happening to you. Now you are just an observer and they are happening on the screen of the mind. While doing this daily, suddenly one day you will become aware during the day, while working in the market or in your office or anywhere, that you can be a witness to events that are happening just now. And if you can be a witness later on and look back to someone who has insulted you without becoming angry about it, why not right now? What is presently happening? So this is a very good sutra, beautiful sutra to clean your whole consciousness. Try this out and clean the whole consciousness of the depth of the past, and your very being will be transformed through it. This method is not very difficult, only persistent or effort is needed. There is no inherent difficulty in this method. It is very simple, and you can start with your day and you can just do it tonight, and you just have to go backward and you will feel very beautiful and very blissful. So my friends, you can try this technique, and as I told you, I have made a video of chakras also, so I'm going to post that, and this technique is going to help you out, and before sleeping you can do it, or there is another way also to cleanse your chakras. So I'm going to post that very soon. It takes time for videos to get uploaded on YouTube, so just wait for that video and try this technique from today night only, and you'll be surprised how it is going to help you or support you. And we are going to do more techniques tomorrow. Keep waiting, and please inform me, please raise your questions, and you can just write in this comment box also, or you can message me as you all are doing it. And if you would like to have a copy, please leave your number here and I'm going to send or WhatsApp you the PDF. So it was nice having you. Namaste. Take care. Have a nice day.